Hi and welcome to another hair tutorial. My name is Katie. This hair tutorial is inspired by Amy Adams. Much of my stuff sometimes is because she's beautiful and amazing and real and so much more. So when you get started, start with a side parting and about halfway back, gather up a very tiny section of hair, just enough to get started with a 3-strand braid. We're going to be Dutch braiding this. And you can most certainly Dutch lace braid if you would prefer. It doesn't matter, you will get the exact same look when you're done. A lace braid will have to be secured with a bobby pin. A Dutch braid may not, because we're going to be securing it as we go down the back, unless I loosen it up too much, and then of course you would have to secure it. So each time I'm adding in a section of hair to each stitch, it's also a very tiny piece yet again. I could be gathering that entire section, starting from the top of my head or from the front of my face, all the hair back towards the braid, but I don't want to because we're going to need a lot of that bulk of hair for the second braid that we're going to be working on. So just keep going down with those really tiny skinny sections to create the illusion as if you are gathering all the hair back there. Let's angle this braid so it ends up resting comfortably behind your ear, not on your ear. The back sections try to get tighter and just underneath the braids so that they're pretty much invisible. The things I see when I'm editing, I still have glitter in my hair. Sorry about that. Alright, now that we're just behind the ear, we're going to grab another section of hair behind the ear along the nape of the neck, because even if you don't have layers, and I don't have layers here, your shortest hair is going to be in the front of your head, and we want this braid to continue on down as long as possible. So adding this hair down here will give us that length. Separate it into 3 and give 3 equal parts to each 3 strands of your braid and continue all the way down to the end. That'll keep it nice and thin, but now give us the extra length. It also helps to anchor the braid more behind your ear so it's a lot more comfortable. Once that's secured with an elastic, if you want, you can puff out the top part of the braid. Just be careful not to pull it out of place too much. Just enough to let everybody know who's looking that this is a braid. And then check to make sure it's still falling behind your ear like you like. You can make this as tight or as loose as you want, as long as it's sweeping the way you like. So we're going to make a 3-strand braid here by pulling everything into a side ponytail, very smooth. And that 3-strand braid is going to turn into a 4-strand braid. Our braid that we just did is going to be one of the strands. And that strand needs to be right here where I'm positioning it for this to work. Because that's basically going to be our center strand that's going to go straight down the center, while the others wrap around it. And remember, with a 4-strand braid, it's over, under, over, under. So over, under, trade places, under, over, trade places, over, under, trade places. Now it's time to pancake the braid. So on the outside petals, grab a hold, pulling a little bit towards the center, and pull out more as you reach the end of each petal. Do this all the way down as much as possible until you've used up all the hair and your braid is absolutely humongous. And pow! We've got a ginormous braid. That is absolutely huge, and it's exactly what you want. So now you need to fold it to the back of your head and lay it across in a way that you like the way that it looks. Once you've got it, we'll start pinning in place. And of course, the first priority is to tuck the end under so you can't see that. And any other little pieces that have fallen out from pancaking the braid, we'll just tuck those in and pin them in place as well. This is a pretty heavy braid the longer your hair is, so be prepared to have plenty of pins nearby. I like the inner braid to go as much straight across the back as possible. That's my personal preference. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Here's another view that I did on a different day. I designed this braid specifically for my good friend's wedding that she invited me to be a bridesmaid at, and that was such an honor and privilege. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe below.